What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Pastor Coco, the Subpar Summoner, and welcome back to another edition of Subpar Strategies. This time about Big Daddy Poco, Apocalypse. I just took Apocalypse to rank 3 this last week, actually. I had a Mutant 2 to 3 gem from Act 8.1 completion, and so I took him up. So let's do a quick rundown of his abilities. So his Awaken ability, which my 6 stars not Awakened, is Survival of the Fittest. So whenever you are in a fight and you don't take him in, he's going to regen at the start of the next fight he goes into for the fights that happen while he is out. So it can stack up to 2 times. So if you take a couple fights off, use a different champ, when you bring him in, he's going to regen. Not necessary, obviously, but it actually can save you some potions and stuff. It's pretty nice. I always forget about it, but it's nice when it triggers. So here's a big thing for him. Genetic enhancement. So this is persistent charges that he gets. When he's defending, he has 2. If it's the boss node, he has 3 to start off. But when you knock out a champ that's not a robot, you gain 1. If you fight a mutant, you get 2. And then you're going to get a passive prowess for each code you start with. At 3 or more, you're stun immune. At 4, which is your max, if you light attack into a block, you're going to stun the opponent. And then there's a cooldown for that. And it's pretty awesome. Molecular control, they can't purify your stuff. Purifiers like Korg and stuff like that, you can stun them, they can't purify it. It's pretty awesome. Every time somebody evades, he's going to gain a percentage of ability to cause them to not evade, and so that persists from quest to quest. So once they've evaded, if you fight Nightcrawler or something like that, you'll basically make it where people can't evade you anymore. And then Bleed, Incinerate, and Disorient. After he suffers them for so long, he becomes immune to them, and that also persists for the entire quest. It's really awesome ability. Alright, so we're going to jump into the other stuff through a fight. We'll go beat up everybody's favorite punching bag, the Winter Soldier. Let's see. Realm of Legends. And we will run down what his abilities are, how they work. So, Mutant, Big Daddy Poco, and we're going to try him with the synergy, or without the synergies, and then I'll show you what happens when you have the synergy and why he's so desired as a champ. So, we are going to jump in. So if you'll notice, up in the corner up here, we start with 1 charge. If you'll notice, when I end with a light or medium attack, the icon underneath my health bar is changing. So when that happens, each debuff that the Special 1 and Special 2 cause is dependent on which attack you finished with last. So on a light attack, you're going to have a weakness debuff. Okay? Now, on a medium, that's on the Special 1. On the Special 2, when you end, first we're going to show you this. Heavy attacks cause bleed, and they also refresh that debuff. So that weakness was about to run out. I bled him, and now it's still going. I also want you to notice that, so on the medium, on the Special 1, you're going to end with a medium attack, and the Special 1 is going to inflict that poison. Now, as long as they are under a debuff, it doesn't matter what it is, it's a damaging debuff, then those effects are going to trigger on activation of the Special instead of at the end. So, see, you got the concussion immediately, so the Special 2, after a light attack, is going to do a concussion debuff. Okay? Now, we're going to try and get all 4 debuffs up. Refresh those. So on the Special 2, when you end with a medium, you're going to get a degen buff. Okay, so now we have all 4 buffs active. and we're going to try to show off what the special 3 does. So we're going to need to heavy attack to keep those up. So normally the special 3, if you have no debuffs up, is going to inflict 2 of these personal debuffs at random. Okay, and now we're getting hit because that's how this works on Subpar Summoner. We get power drain, we get hit when we're trying to show off how amazing this champion is. Alright, I want to refresh those because I don't want to lose them. Which I just realized I lost the weakness debuff, but that's okay. You'll notice I'm now immune to bleed because I've been bleeding long enough. Pretty neat. Alright, so normally the special 3, if there's no debuffs active, is going to inflict random ones. Because it was debuffs active, it restarted those, and they are now a higher potency than they were before. And they're now permanent. You see, they're not going away anymore. They are just there. They are not going anywhere, folks. If they don't have any debuffs, it doesn't restart them, and they don't increase their potency. They're not permanent, and it doesn't increase their potency. It just puts 2 at random. But and these debuffs are not stacking. So you see, I threw a special 1 that didn't restart the weakness. The way you restart the buffs is to do a heavy attack. Okay. So now we're going to start over. We're going to jump back in. I want to make sure that I read this. I gave you the special 3 information correctly. I think that was it. But so yeah, re-triggered at 100% potency, and they're paused indefinitely. You can't stack it, but once it's there, it's there. They don't gain the additional potency or the indefinite pause if there was not one of those active before. Now, we're going to team select, and we are going to throw Cable on so that you can see the synergy team. So everybody talks about the synergy for Cable because it makes Cable have stacking degens on his heavy. It makes him a more viable champ. As far as APOC, it's just really nice to have because you don't have to worry about ramping him up. Because as you'll see, he starts with 1, but if Cable's on the team, you'll see you can also do this with Mr. Sinister, but he now starts with 4. So you get the full potency of APOC. And so now I'm going to show you here in just a second if I can get Winter Soldier to block. Look at me getting to intercept whenever I really just want to block. No, there you go. Light attack into the block, and he is stunned. So now you see the icon is not changing. So it doesn't matter what attack I end with. When I have full charges, it's going to inflict both of the personal debuffs on the special. And so we now have the concussion and the thing. We're going to bleed him. And now, on activation, we get both of those personal debuffs. So as you can see, it's much easier to inflict those and get them going once you're fully ramped up. You're now going to be stun immune while you're attacking, so you can't get parry stunned. I believe that may be not true. I'm pretty sure you cannot be parry stunned once you have enough 3 or more charges. So, as you can see, it's much easier to get your attack opportunities in because you can hit into that block every 12 seconds. And then we have all 4 debuffs up. We're going to drop a special 3, and now he has all of those permanently, and look at that, 1,000 per tick from the 4 debuffs, so his health is just going to melt off. And then you can add some bleeds to continue to pile on the damage. his specials hit really hard, especially if you're going to take him into like a power shield node or something like that. He's just going to wreak havoc. And then if you use the other synergy, which is if you use... Alright, so let's show off this. I'm going to restart. Actually, I'll use a revive. It's fine. Just to show how this works. So, once you have 4 charges, you can use this pre-fight to make someone a Horseman of the Apocalypse. So the next mutant to enter that fight is going to gain the Horseman ability. And what that does is it gives them 100% bleed resistance, indefinite prowess, 30% of offensive ability accuracy. When the opponent purifies, they go unblockable for 2 seconds, and once per fight, they get unstoppable for 3 seconds when they are hit. I'll show you with Cable just because I've got him here. My favorite person to make a Horseman is, of course, Archangel, because Archangel's ridiculous. As you can see, each hit of Cable's heavy is now going to apply the degen, which is why people like Marcus were able to do Labyrinth or Abyss, one or the other. I don't remember which one he did. You see I just went unstoppable there. You see I've got the prowess up, which is from the Horseman ability as well. That prowess is going to increase special damage, of course. He doesn't have a purify, so we're not going to see that part. But so yeah, that's the main things you need to know about Big Daddy Poco. I'm going to show you off some synergies real fast. So he gets extra attack rating for mutants on the team, which is fun because you like to have mutants with him. Kang also gives him that synergy. I didn't realize Kang was part of that as well. And then there's a few different mutants that have special effects if they're Horsemen and extra things. So he makes Storm pretty nice. Psylocke gets chance to grant side charges. I just pulled 6-star Psylocke earlier tonight, so we'll check her out sometime. Gambit can gain his charges faster. Archangel, of course, is fantastic as a Horseman. And Wolverine, if you go to my channel, there is a video. I'll try to link it in this video. There's a video of me doing Cav EQ with a 4-star Wolverine as a Horseman, and he's just ripping through a Cav fight. So that's Big Daddy Poco. I'm Pastor Coco, the Subpar Summoner, and this has been Subpar Strategies, so may all your pulls be subpar. Catch you later.